Good evening, guys, and here we go for another one. And I'm just really hoping that we can get a repeat of the last episode. And what an episode that was after we had that bad start in our first game against West Ham, that 0-0 draw against Arsenal. I thought was a good result. I know you guys in the chat were not impressed, but I kind of thought that was a good result. Dire game, but we didn't lose, and it's very important we didn't lose, and then beating City, and then that was an exceptional turnaround against Tottenham. So I'm hoping we can keep this going. We have games against Fulham, we should be beating at home, and then Brentford away, got the cup in there, and then Bournemouth. These are games we should be winning, but you guys know FM as well as I do, and I'm guessing that I am going to have to work extremely hard to get results. The team isn't scoring goals. You can see that we are the fourth worst in terms of scoring goals, and we are sixth best in terms of goals conceded. I'd like to become the best in terms of goals conceded. We need somehow to get that up. We need to be scoring more goals. I still haven't found the way to do it. Khumalo coming in, and I'm thinking seriously about playing here a false nine with Khumalo coming in. I might even just try today to advance forwards. I don't really know how to solve this problem of scoring goals. We are creating chances. We'll just give them one more game in this. You never won the Prem further in 2038. Oh my goodness. I think I would have thrown my PC out of the window by now. I think you're showing extreme discipline there. Prem is hard to win though. The Prem is it's one of the hardest, of course, leagues to win. We've sailed through pretty much what we've done so far. We've won 3 of the 4 trophies we need to win. Good evening, Callum. And we breezed it, really. Coritiba was a breeze. But this is probably going to prove a little harder. I made a decision, and I don't know if this is the right decision, to rotate a little bit here. Frimpong, who didn't play in the last game because he was dropped, he can come back into the team. And then Livramento can come in because he's been promised more game time on the left. And that gives Doig a rest on this side. I've rested the 3 at the back. Botman is the only one who will keep playing, and Landerson, who's been playing as the DM, can play as a ball player on the cover, and Stan comes in. I've also got this young wonder kid, Shawazavari. He's coming in. Larson will play as the Mazzala. And the reason why I want to do this is because we have a game in 2 days' time against Brentford. And if I rest the players today and we can start well and score, then it is possible that we'll field a full team. I've got 2 forwards on the bench, so if we score early, they can be replaced. The 2 wing-backs can be replaced, and Botman. So that would be the plan, to get ahead by half-time. That's the plan, by going at them. I am aware that Fulham are going to play in the same way as Tottenham. And this, I need to be careful down this left-hand side, because Tottenham tried to exploit the space behind Frimpong. And we may need, once again, to drop the line back a little bit if they are trying to exploit that gap that exists between our wide centre-back here. And they're also popping balls over the top. So I've got to be careful with the lines. And I might also have to put him as a wing-back on support if we really are under the cosh early on. Hey, the Blues Corner, how are you doing? So it's not going to be an easy fixture, this. These games never are. It's often easier to beat Manchester City than it is to beat Fulham. I think I'm gonna have to have my wits about me, but I do think I need to be careful of that through ball that goes between the wide centre back and Frimpong, and keep a close eye on that. I want us to dominate the game, and so also I may decide to come. I actually don't know. I may decide to come down in terms of our passing tempo. I don't know if they're good enough as yet to play at this tempo. It's the right tempo to play. And the familiarity saying is that they do like the tempo. Number of players not familiar yet. But we are going with a rotated team. It's a gamble. And I just hope that the gamble pays off. A number of players don't agree with the team sheet. But if we win, or if we draw and then beat Brentford, because Brentford are extremely tired, then they probably will have to eat their words. And I have to tell them we are favourites and that we should play like favourites. We're going to play positive. He wants me to go attacking, does the assistant manager. We're going to resist that for now. I just want to focus on defending well. And I think we're good enough to score goals against this team. It's a gamble playing Landerson, who is naturally a DM, but he also can play very nicely as that ball-playing defender on cover. He's got lots of pace. So hopefully... And he's made his first mistake there, I know too. So I don't know if this gamble will pay off. I'll take a draw here as long as we beat Brentford in the next game. But I'd like to think we can beat Fulham even with this team. But we've got to pass it around a little bit better than we are doing. I'm looking forward to seeing how Shavazarawi gets on. He's a young wonder kid. I found him in the youth setup. The previous manager was not interested in giving him his chance. So we are going to give him a chance. And we are the better team at the moment. And this is how I wanted to start. Quick start. And then we'll close the game down and play nice and slowly later on. But we want to get a couple of goals up before half-time if possible. Lovely pass, but that's a poor header. I thought he should have brought that down. I could have done better than that. These two strikers are a bit of a concern. They, on paper, are very good strikers, both of them. But they don't seem to be functioning as a pair. And maybe that is the problem, that they can't function as a pair. Maybe with Kamalo coming in, separating them might be a good idea, and rotating them, or even one of them getting sold. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, why they can't score goals. I don't know yet. We're certainly on the front foot here, and we are dominating this game, which is good to see. But I'd like a goal, please, boys. And that was a nice pass by Shavazawari. And that penalty, ref. Didn't give it. And we are creating lots of space. Oh, what a chance. And who was that? Was that Isaac? Yeah, Isaac. What a chance. But it looks good at the moment. My decision to rotate the team is looking fairly good at the moment. It's also resting some of the players who must be getting quite tired. Now we've been playing a lot of games quickly. Go on, son. Go on, Liverment. A penalty, ref. Looks like he's given the penalty this time. I think we might be going a goal up. This is what I wanted. Can we go a goal up? Isaac will take the penalty if it is a penalty. It looked like one to me. It is awarded. Isaac is a very good penalty taker. I would expect him to score. I'll be annoyed if he doesn't. And FM will be doing the dirty on me if he doesn't. And he's missed it. And it is the commentator's curse. Isak's decided to have one of those days. He's on a 6.2 already. That is because he's missed the penalty. I think I need to encourage him a little bit. Just keep your head up. And just as I'm saying, we are going to score that penalty, he goes and misses. I'll be very surprised if he misses, I said. Absolutely further. Yeah, Francesco, I struggle as much as the next person, and I get weird results. I can dominate games, not score, and then a team like Fulham will go and score at a corner, and that's it. I get struggle sometimes like everybody else. You've just got to keep an eye on how the game is going. Keep an eye on the match momentum, where they are focusing attacks, where the space is. And at the moment, we've got everything tidied up. They are looking to go wide, but I do have a good wing back on the left. So if they are looking to go down the right, that's not going to work for them. I'm noticing that Frimpong is very deep. And he shouldn't be that deep in terms of his positioning. And it might be time to get... That's offside. So Isak is still on a 6.2. The encouragement hasn't improved his rating. Fulham have not really created anything. We should be winning this. We're not. But like I said, I'd take a draw. And as long as we beat Brentford, because we will have a full first team fit against Brentford in 2 days' time. Whereas I would hope that Brentford are going to be with energy levels low. We should have much more energy and can really go at Brentford then. But I'd like to win this if we could. A nice run by Muani. Penalty, ref. What's he given? He's given a corner. Do I need to change the penalty taker just in case? I expect I probably need to. Isak has been in dreadful form. I can't think. I mean, we could go attacking, but that's asking Fulham to come at us on the counter. I think I've got to be patient here. We've got to be patient and just hope that the goal comes along. We're dominating the game. Hope the goal comes along. Give them a bit of encouragement. They're doing okay. We just need that goal. And we are playing it around nicely. The tempo suits them. And here's a chance! Penalty awarded. What was that awarded for? He scored. Why? We don't want a penalty, ref. We've scored. We don't want a penalty. And that was lovely. At least Muani is getting his game together. Nice pass. It was a lovely pass. I think it was Botman. Mentality is positive. My assistant was recommending that we play with a attacking mentality, but I'm a little bit more patient when it comes to this game. The game's played over 90 minutes. It's not played over 10 minutes. And we need to be defensively responsible, and so attacking is asking the opposition to exploit spaces we're going to vacate, and I don't want to do that. So I want us to remain defensively responsible, and so just positive is a good. It's a good mentality to be imbalanced is much better. Playing imbalanced, I think, is good in FM24. And we'll go to balanced in the second half when we slow the game down. We need to watch these spaces. Well, that's their first attempt on goal, and it's taken 30 minutes. What I've forgotten to do is to ask my assistant to take care of matters here. I can't see that anything else needs to change. Nobody is actually playing really well for them. So we should just be worrying about our own game. And in terms of our own game, we're dominating the game. Possession, we could do with a little bit more, but it's the tempo that we're playing at. And I think when we slow it down, then we will find we get a little bit more possession. We've got the goal we wanted. That's the main thing. But they are coming back at us. So I am going to slow it down before half-time. And we'll go balanced. That'll take the edge off attacking. And what we'll do is we'll go and play a little control possession now before half-time and narrow the pitch up. And just try and keep possession now. As they look like they might be trying to come back into the game, we'll just try and keep possession now. And then hopefully we'll shut up the shop for them. Make it very difficult for them to come at us. Frimpong, I'm still thinking about putting him as a wing back on support, especially in the second half. Yeah, dropping the mentality helps, because what it means is you're not attacking as much. When you're not attacking as much, they will come out. It's one of the things that I said in one of the videos I made about your strikers can't score. Sometimes all it needs is to drop your mentality, because the opposition will come out. If you're not attacking as much, the opposition will naturally come out. That gives your forwards more space. And sometimes it's as simple as that. Carapito, he doesn't play much. He should have scored there. Fulham are taking the match a little bit towards half-time, but I feel we're comfortable, and I think the changes that we've made should help. We've now started to dominate the possession. We're getting the possession back. Just want to keep the ball away from them now. And hope the second one goes in. Still 6.2 for Isak. He's going to have to come off. He needs a rest anyway, if he's going to be fit for Brentford. But he's not going to be very effective in this game. He's not going to recover from that 6.2, so might as well rest him at half-time. Tell him that he's absolute rubbish first. We do need to not get complacent out there. And I think I'm going to just look at individuals. I'm going to tell Isak that he's not. And I want you to prove that to everybody you've got what it takes. We'll say for Frimpong, you weren't that bad, but you can improve. I don't think we need to do anything yet for 10 minutes. What do you think would be a good striker partnership in a 4-4-2? 4-4-2 diamond midfield. Probably playing advanced forwards or pressing forwards. It depends really, Wilhelm, how you're going to use your attacking mid in that system. Is he going to be a playmaker? Is he going to just be an attacking mid? What are you going to play him as? You really want one of the three to be a flair player. So you might want to, say, play a false 9 with a shadow striker. But you could play an advanced playmaker with 2 advanced forwards or even pressing forwards. Just depends. You need one of the 3 up top to be the playmaker type of player. So I might be tempted to play a false 9 with an advanced forward and then have a shadow striker running off the false 9. You've got to try it out, see what works. Things will work, things won't work. Also depends on your squad, of course. Go on, son. He's been given offside. Oh, we've got the match momentum back, but I don't know. I still worry that they could just sneak one if we're not defending well enough, especially as we have reserve defenders playing. I think it probably was the right thing to do, to rotate, but not so many perhaps. We rotated a lot of players, and perhaps that wasn't the right thing to do, because Fulham are not out of this, and they have snatched the momentum back. And they have scored. And I need to find out where they've taken the momentum back. I was totally worried about this, that this could happen. Who was it that said about struggles? Yeah, I get them as well. And I knew at the start of the episode this was going to be a tough episode, even though the games looked friendly. In the Premier League, FM doesn't give you anything. You have to work for it. Well, we don't need to panic. I think we've been playing well enough to win the game, so we don't need to panic. Isak has to come off, though. He's having an absolute nightmare. We're not playing particularly well in midfield either. Frimpong is now further up the pitch, which is good. What a chance! Yes! And Muwani has put it in. Oh, is he checking offside? He is checking offside. It's awarded. I think thoroughly deserved. I mean, brilliant cross by Frimpong, but what a strike by Muwani. What a strike. So Muwani can stay on. I'm going to ask my assistant again. I think I want to type Mark Satriano. We'll ask the assistant and then type Mark Satriano. I also want to type Mark Golding. We have the players in midfield to do that can do that. So that was a good response. Didn't panic. I was tempted to think, right, let's go positive again, but no, let's not panic. We just need to get the momentum back. We still haven't got the possession. But that's okay. I mean, this is the reserve team, pretty much, apart from those wing-backs and the forwards. It's the reserve team. So I'd say I'm pretty pleased at the moment. Go on, you've got to compete for that. That's not good enough. And so I think it's time to make my changes now. I'm going to bring on Marmol for Livramento. Sorry, no, I'm not. I'm going to bring in Doig for Livramento. Frimpong can carry on. Frimpong is not doing well at the moment. He's having a good game today. Just Isak has to come off. Kanate, can he play as a complete forward? Yes, he can. So Kanate can come on for Isak. One of these midfielders is not playing well enough. Actually, I might bring Tonali on. And he only has to play now for 30 minutes. Isak needs to come off, absolutely, yeah. He's had a desperately bad game again. But I think he lost most of those points because of the missed penalty. That's why his rating is so low. And eventually we're going to get this corner taken. Come on, boys, come on. No, that's not very good. our aerial ability is not very good. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these lobbed headers. It's the game just saying your aerial ability isn't very good. And I know we're not very good as a team in the air. We're pretty poor. Even at the back, we're poor in the air. But we have pace, which is why I've chosen to play with that high line. Because we do, and we have brilliant agility and balance, so we can turn. Pace and being able to turn, got to play with the high line. But in the air, we are awful all over the pitch. And that's why we see a lot of these looped headers. Go on, son, have a pop! Yes, sir! Shaza, what's his name? Shahasavara. So I don't know how. I'm going to have to call him Eunice. Eunice, the young boy, I had a little bit of faith in him today. And he hasn't let me down. Lovely strike. Placed it wide of the keeper. 3-1. I think the 3 points are in the bag. I want to check, actually, if Brentford are playing. Yeah, Brentford, everybody's playing, aren't they? And Brentford are 3-0 up against West Brom. Because those are our next opponents. Now, hopefully, they will be extremely tired. And coming up in the next fixture. Yeah, using low crosses. Oh, it's now 4-1 and Kanate has blasted it into the back of the net. Get in! It's now 4-1. And my worries when they went to 1-1 have completely disappeared. I was going to think about who else needs resting. Mwani needs resting. And Botman needs resting. Hey, Mohammed, thanks for that. It was the correct decisions. I mean, Football Manager's all about decisions. You make decisions. Some of them are right, some of them are wrong. And I decided to rotate. And it's paid off. Go on, son. And Kanate, he should be full of energy. He's been injured most of the first half of the season. So he should be bags of energy. And could be replacement for the boys that are coming in. We've played. We started with this high tempo. But it does seem to me against teams like Fulham, Tottenham, who are playing control possession, it's best to come off this gegenpress that we're playing. And in fact, if we come off the counter press now, save a little bit of energy as well. And we'll just take off, distribute quickly. So I want to make those final changes now. There's 2 players that I need to rest. One is Muani. So Sanusi can come on as the advance forward. And then, can he play as a deep complete forward? No, I wouldn't risk it. And then we need to rest. So Biomo can come on for Botman. And that's it. We've rested all the first team players now. So with a bit of luck, Brentford will be absolutely exhausted. We do have also the transfer window starting very shortly, and that was almost 5. Tonoli bet 5-1. Brentford will be a harder game. They're riding quite high at the moment. They're 5th in the league. But if we can beat Brentford, we put out a big message to the rest of the teams around us that we are back. Come on, let's get another one. Let's really rub their noses in. We don't need to do anything. I could go positive, look for the 5th goal, but I just feel it's for Fulham to come and try and win the game. And if they come and try to win the game, they'll leave spaces for us. Hi, Dan. Camera settings. We'll have a look at that in a minute once we get a break in play. Offside. Camera settings are just TV, comprehensive highlights, camera height all the way to the left, camera zoom all the way to the right. It's how I've always played it. It just, for me, gives a better feel to watching the game. Golding has been their most dangerous player, so tight marking him was the right call as well. And we just need to see this out now. And the boys will have done extremely well. Lovely jubbly. 4-1, we'll take that. I did say I wanted to improve our goal scoring, and we've done that. Muani's had a decent game. Kanate's come on and scored a goal. And this very impressive young lad, Shazavari Yunus, has once again impressed me. And why the previous manager had him in the reserves, not even thinking about him, I don't know. His attributes look very good. Very fine young player. So why he wasn't using him, I've absolutely no idea. Nice win. 4-1. We'll take that. But again, you know, it's the Premier League is harder than the Brazilian League. We had to work for that, and the work paid off. We're not quite there yet, Callum. I don't think we're quite there yet. There's still a lot of work to be done with this Newcastle team. We've beaten Manchester City, though. We drew with Arsenal. We're not far off. There's just still a lot of work to do. Moane, well done, Sam. So it might be that Kanate is going to get his chance. So if I actually look at setting up the team, Dowig can come on as the left back. Frimpong actually played quite well last time, but Livramento is fitter, and Livramento probably has to play. And then we've got fit central defenders. Boyomo, I think he was playing there. Yeah, he was the boy playing on cover. Then Guehi can come back, and Botman stays. And then my three midfielders, Landerson, and although Karapati played very well, didn't he? He had a very good game last time, Karapati. 7.2, can't argue with that. So he might keep his place. If he stays fit, he might keep his place. And these two can change over now for Guimarães and Tonali. So that midfield's looking nice. Isaac probably can't play. And Konate, he can play perfectly well as the... But I might switch him over. That'll look better. So we have a team that's looking quite fit. Just might have to just look at the... On to Brentford. Yep, I don't quite share your faith, but supporters always have a little bit more faith than me. And, I really don't want players on the move. He's a goalkeeper, isn't he? He's a very good backup goalkeeper. He'll play in the cups. But I don't. There's so many players wanted here. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with him in terms of what we need to do. Doig is pronounced as Doig. Doig, is that it? Doig. It's not pedantic. I'm rubbish at names. That's why I could never be a football commentator. I'm absolutely rubbish at names. No, I don't want him playing in the middle. Landerson, probably a good call. So let's go Landerson. It's probably a very good call. That's how I had it first time. And then Muani is still tired. Isak might be the boy to play instead of Muani. So we are looking good. Since we played Arsenal, we've pulled things around a little bit. You reckon? I think we might be the away team. But I still think Duran wins. For that league, he is a very, very good player. I'm not convinced that he's a good player for the Premier League, though. I'm not convinced. Jesus Abba, yes. Kumalo is a gamble. Who's this? Goalkeeping coach. Who is Altam? Only sign him as a last resort. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. This one, so we'll say no thank you. Only sign him as a last resort. My director of football has gone made an offer for him. Doig. Or Doig. I wish I could actually hear you saying it. Doig. Yes, absolutely. That's one of my worst failings is players' names. Whatever happened to Smith, Jones, and all these other players? Harris, Webster, Hunter. Whatever happened to those names? We've got a little bit of a lag here. What is going on? I don't think it's to do with too many leagues being loaded. He is pleased now. That's good. I'd like to suggest a revision. Whatever. Start of the transfer window. We don't currently have any players, and we're not allowed any anyway. And rumours are linking Newcastle with Jose Felipe, central defender, young. Let's scout him. Oh, he's 20. He's Jesus Abba is 20, and he's much better than him. And Edward, defensive midfielder. Let's scout him as well. 20-year-old. I've got midfielders. I've got two very, very good wonder kids already in midfield. I need to find someone up top. If I can keep the rest of the team together, someone up top needs to come in. And we should have players coming in now. We've sold one. That winger, we sold him to Dortmund. He's a very good winger. 22-year-old. He's got a bright future ahead of him, but I'm just not using wingers at the moment. Newcastle have not played with wingers for a while. Send on intensive language course. So we now have Kumalo and Jesus. I like Jesus Abba as a player. For me, at 21 years old, he's going to be a very good defender. And exceptional at Cority, but deserves his chance in the Premier League. Kumalo is a gamble. He looks the business, but his concentration needs work. He's tiny. He's only 5'5", but he does score goals. And he's been with me as a false nine. I mean, he would make a very good false nine, and it might be time to try that. So they're both under 21, so we can't give him the number 10, but we can give him the number 11. The Shastavari doesn't need to be a number 10. And who's the other one? That's auto number. He's given Kamalo... No, he's given him 11. Who cares what number they've got? Just get on with it. And welcome them. We haven't heard what the fans have made of it. It's nice to see you again, Kumalo. Really lovely to see you again. 101 million received by Newcastle. It's the Newcastle record paid for a South African player. Picked him up as a 15-year-old in South Africa, playing for Sundowns. Made his debut before he was 16. He's been a regular in my teams around the world ever since. Livramento. No, I don't want to sign Livramento. Rejected. I think it's at this point where I don't want him making any decisions. So I might have to go and look up handle incoming offers, take control, and take control. I don't want him handling any outgoing stuff. $18-year-old striker, 6.25 million. Shame, but he's not good enough. I don't like doing transfer windows in live streams. They slow the stream down. False 9 Kamalo. Where, yeah, I think I agree with you, Mohammed. He wants to play as a false 9. And he asked for that in his contract, but I denied it. But I think that the complete forward's not working. So let's try the false 9 here. We've got nothing to lose by giving it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Squad registration. Don Baker's under 21. Shazavari under 21. Kamalo under 21. Jesus Abba under 21. Don't need to do anything, do we? It's a team full of young players. We are bringing young players through again. Normally you get a screen when you sign these players that tell you what the fans think. Let's have a look at the Where am I going to find that? In the Club Vision supporters. They're very pleased with the signing of Kumalo. And the board delighted with the financial aspects of Kumalo and Jesus Abba. Great players. Or at least they were in Brazil. Will they become great players here? So hopefully we'll go and do the business now against Brentford. Brentford, I'm not quite sure how they will play. Let's go to the data hub. How are they going to play? They've got an inverted wing back who's going to come in here. It's odd that the Segundo Volante is going to go missing here. Might be better for them to have the inverted wing back here. So these three are going to spread out. He's going to join midfield. We have a winger on this side, inside forward. It's a strange system that they're playing because they have very little going on down here on the left. He's coming inside handily for my back three, which gives my complete wing back loads of space here because the Segundo Volante will go missing. I don't think we have anything to worry about them. Maybe just individuals. So I think we just stay what we're doing. Moani has recovered. Everybody's fit. João Neves is almost back. Kumalo, I think he will start on the bench. And Jesus Abba will start on the bench. 2-0 win. But defending-wise, we're starting to look good. It's pushed us back down to 10th. Some odd results going on here. But if we beat Brighton, we could go up as high as 7th. Bayoma, he wants to switch those over. I don't. Isaac for Moani, no. No. With early crosses, we can't head the ball. Why would we want to do that? Sometimes your assistant manager is mad. I think I have to look again at how fit they are. Struggling, but they are pretty fit. So we do perhaps need to be careful. And I'm going to start balanced. Because it's really important we don't... What's wrong with Gumares? Bruno. It's 2-2 written all over it. Well, we don't do never press either, so let's go and take that away. Always pays to go back and get your assistant to do this again. If there is a concern about Hickey... He is a decent player. Actually, I might say type mark him. He's not. These guys are struggling for fitness, so we'll just go with that for now. Yeah, we can go with that. Make me proud out there. Go on, we can do this. You think it's got a 2-2 written all over it? I think this is where we might come unstuck. The Premier League is so difficult. But these players are rested now. Should be raring to go. I'd like to see... This is Kanate's first start since I've been at the club. I'd like to see how he gets on. But we just have to make sure we're not giving Brentford opportunities. Defensively solid. Always the best way. Lovely pass. Go on, Moani. Oh, what a start. What a lovely pass. 2-2. I think we've got this. There's a Canote made the pass as well. What a pass that was. He just buried it. Oh, we're in the lead. But an early goal, I don't like it. Let's keep it up, boys. Let's keep it up. I don't think it's me, Callum. I think FM's just being kind to me at the moment. We're making decisions. And they just seem to be turning out right. It's not always going to be kind to me. But if we can win this, we'll be in the European places. Livramento! It's now 2-0. Brentford are being taken apart. Oh, yes. Canote, again, heavily involved. Dowig, who my assistant said don't play. And Livramento suddenly come to life. No, I'm thinking about that, Newcastle. I don't actually need strikers. With Canote coming back, Kamalo coming into the team, and the two boys. The only worry I have is Isaac cannot hit a barn door, but he will come in time. So, it's not all over yet, Mark. It still could turn out to be 2-2. But at the moment, they are clueless of how to deal with us on the break. They are pressing us high. You can see they're pressing us high. And we are catching them on the break. And that has probably upset the Brentford fans quite a bit. We've totally counterattacked them. And the high tempo has paid off in this game. Didn't pay off in the Tottenham or Fulham games, but we had to change to a controlled possession. But the high tempo is destroying them here. And I think that the decision to rotate and rest the team makes a big difference because they are fitter and faster. And now Brentford have got a real problem. Go on, have a pop, Guehi. I'm watching their press. And we are very compact. We're very compact. And that's a poor pass, Moani. We've got a nice little setup going. There's no space for them. And no matter how hard they press us, there's no space in here. I think that's possibly to do with the fact that we are playing in the balance system. We're keeping our shape. Being patient. The line is good. But this doesn't look very good. But again, too much space there. Too much space on the wide, on the flanks. And it just for a minute or two. I'm going to have a look, I think, at where their attacks... I think their attacks are coming down the right. That's where they're getting the space, I think. But let's have a look at the stats. It's pretty even across the pitch, really. They've settled. They're coming back into it. And I'm going to pull the line back. I'm just going to pull the line back a tad. Stop these balls over the top if I can. Lovely play. Nicely done, Landerson. What happened there? What's he... Oh, we got an injury here, have we? Well, I wasn't expecting to be 2-0 up in 3 minutes. We've just now got to somehow keep hold of it. Story, we need to hard tackle him now. Where is Story? We'll give him a little nudge. We'll let him know he's in a game. Oh, Canate, you had a chance there. Well done, well done. Now, release it. Lovely pass. Nicely done. What a lovely pass. Go on, son. Oh. Well, and at the moment, we are sitting in 7th. And nobody would have given us that 5 games ago. Story... Jimenez is... Should I tight mark him, or is he... He's rubbish anyway. Surely he's good in the air. So perhaps tight marking him is not the best idea. Actually, standing off him would be a better idea. Who have I got capable of tight marking him? Nicely done. You see what happens when you pull the line back? They can't get down the flanks. It's such a useful thing. You always worry about pulling the line back, but what you do essentially is you stop them going down the flanks. And if that's where they're attacking you and you're weak out in the flanks, then stop them going down there. That's what pulling that line back does. God, it takes years to work out all these things in Football Manager. And then they go and change the rules, the new version, so it doesn't work as well. But this year it works really well. Just stop them. In essence, in hindsight, that's what I didn't do against West Ham. And when playing a 4-4-2, you have to have a much deeper line, because they're going to play down the flanks. And in hindsight, that's the mistake I made against West Ham. Go on, son. Why didn't you take a shot? Turn and have a shot. Are we the better team? Not at the moment. We are struggling at the moment. But we got off to a very good start. Because we were fitter. Go on, son. He's made it 3-0. It's Moani. And it's definitely not going to be 2-2, Mark. That's for sure. So we are 3-0 up. We are absolutely burying them. Oh, we love life at Newcastle at the moment. Lovely play by Bruno, and then Moani absolutely buried it. Yeah, Furthers 3-1 is still... I wouldn't rule them out scoring a goal. I think we've solved the problem of them going round the back. I think. And you can see again, they couldn't get it down the flank. They couldn't use that diagonal pass. And that pulling the line back is a useful trick. When you're being attacked down the wings, just pull your line back a notch. Very useful. It doesn't always work, of course, because the first time you guys go and try it in your save, it'll fail. But the logic of it works in my mind. That if to stop them using these spaces, just pull your defense back a little bit. So now they will look for other ways to try and get past us, and if they've got a decent enough manager, he would be looking at perhaps now exploiting the space in front of my defensive line and possibly changing his shape to put an attacking mid in there. That's what I would do, but I don't know if FM managers are that AI. Oh, this is good football we're playing now. Oh, unlucky. Oh, we still got it, though. Come on, let's make it 4 before half-time. Let's not take prisoners here. Our forwards are actually... Our shots on target is only 4. It's only 3 out of 4, but we've scored 3 goals, so... At the moment, it's working out for us. Doig has got hurt. Yeah, he'll have to come off. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done. So Doig will have to come off. He's playing really well, look. I don't want to aggravate his injury. Frimpong can come on for him. Half tempted to give these new boys a go. Moani's both forwards are playing really well though. Let's play them in the cup. So we have pretty much destroyed them in that first half. Just worry about them becoming a little bit complacent now, but hopefully not. I can't become complacent now either, just in case they are looking to exploit these spaces in here now. Again, there's that diagonal ball. Because the line is lower, they couldn't exploit it. So far, pulling the line back has been effective. I want to go to my assistant and just ask him what he thinks. I'm not going to do that, but I can't. Aaron Hickey. And I'm going to type mark him. Borges. Give him a hard tackle and we'll turn him onto his left foot. He's tired. They've brought him on and he's tired. Probably don't need to do anything about him. We're doing okay. Not many key passes going on here though. It's been quite a interesting game. He's offside, yeah. Look at the chances created. There's very little. It's just we've taken ours and they haven't taken theirs. We look like a team though at the moment. We're playing some very nice football. Just need to check the possession stats, because playing at this high tempo, we're not going to dominate possession. So just want to check those possession stats. No, it's not that one, is it? It's this one. Yeah, we're not dominating possession at all. And I wonder, should I just come down, play a more controlled possession type game now? Yeah, I mean, again, it's about. People ask me why I'm not doing the training, why I'm not doing the scouting and hiring and stuff. It's about time. If I was playing my own save, of course I would, and I would be doing my own in-game opposition instructions. But it's just to save time because I'm trying my best to not get bogged down in parts of the game that will. So I'm just put a staff together and let them do their jobs. And my job, as I see it on YouTube, is on the field and managing on the field rather than the off the field stuff. And I got a very good assistant manager who's perfectly capable of setting opposition instructions. Oh, that was a fine shot. But sometimes I will override him, and sometimes I will look for players myself who I think might be dangerous. So generally, though, in YouTube, I let the staff get on with it. Oh, Guimaraes, Bruno. I thought he was going to pop that in. Go on, make it 4, boys, and then I can play the subs. Give these boys their first game. Go on, son. The longer the game goes on, I can probably bring on Jesus Abba and Kumalo just to give them 20 minutes. Also means Biomo gets a rest. I mean, match momentum-wise, we have taken them apart. And they haven't really capitalised on the fact that we've got Livramento playing as a complete wing-back. But because we pulled the line back, it stopped that as an option for them. They're obviously going to have to try and look for some other way to do it, but they haven't. Oh, what a chance, Kanate. Muani is very tired, so it's time for him to come off. Which means my man is coming on. We're not going to play him as a complete forward. We're going to try him as a false 9. Now, I do have to have a look at... I want him to roam. He's got the off the ball. He's got... maybe we'll keep him where he is. I know he can score goals. Let's tell him to shoot more often. Let's see if he can score goals. And then... Landerson, everybody's playing okay. Tonali is tired. Might be a chance for Dom Baker to come in. He's another wonder kid I found in the reserves. Might be a chance for him to play some football, but we'll go with that for now. Go on, Kamalo. Let's see what you can do, boy. But Brentford are on the attack here. Ooh, what was my goalkeeper doing there? What a twit. We've still got all the match momentum, but they are coming back into it. Nicely done. Go on, Kamalo. Let's see what you can do, boy. Show the Premier League. That's not it. I can't do that, can I? He's already on a dribble less. He got a bit isolated there, didn't he? I'm not quite sure what Frimbong is doing on the... Those two should be switched over. Livramento on the left. I'm going to bring on... might have to take Livramento off. because he's actually tired. And came on as a sub, didn't he? We'll leave him home for a while. Jesus Abba can come on for Biomo. We'll give him a game. Tonali probably needs a rest. Guimaraes, Bruno needs a rest. So I'm going to play Dom Baker here at centre mid. We'll switch those two over. He's better as a Mazzala. And we'll see how he gets on. Give these young boys some game time, seeing as I think the game is over now. They are trying to play out from the back as well, aren't they? So, and I do need to close this space now. They've realised they've got space here. But again, they couldn't exploit that wing position. But I think I do need to close that space up now. So let's go and do that. So let's push that line up a little bit, close the space. And come off the counter press if they're starting to play out from the back. And I'm going to play control possession here. Take that out. Just really start closing this game down now. Go on, Kamalo. One beautiful pass, then move into space. Go on, is he going to score on his debut, Mr. Kamalo? Hey, GRG 150, thanks for that, mate. We're doing okay at the moment. Life at Newcastle is getting better. And we're putting together a team that's full of young players. Kamalo! Ho, ho, ho! Loyando Kamalo. My South African wizard. I tell you, he can score goals, that boy. And he's done it in South Africa. He's done it in Brazil. And that's his first game in the Premier League. And he's done it in the Premier League. That boy can score goals. And we are beating Brentford 4-0 now. And I didn't see this coming at the beginning of the episode. But what a result. And again, once we push the line up, we've closed this space off again. And we've just outthought Brentford today. We've just outthought them. Now they will probably try to exploit the flanks again, but it's too late. It's just too late for them now. I wouldn't be surprised to see these diagonal balls going across the back three of mine. You can see they're lining players up at the flanks again. I think if they are playing out from the back... Now, there's a goal. If they're playing out from the back, then lowering the tempo will help you because... And coming off the counter press will help you if they are passing around you. If the gegenpress isn't working, don't do it. And lowering the tempo just gives you more possession. But a mistake that I made is that I want to go fairly narrow. Too narrow, I mean, from fairly narrow. Because I want to close the pitch down. If you shorten the passing, then you need to narrow the pitch a little bit. Help the passes get there. And then push the line up when you go shorter passing. Just compress the whole pitch. And that works quite nicely in FM24. But I'm a bit disappointed that we gave a goal away. I think it's not about FM, Daniel. It's about football. And I watch so much football and analyze so much tactical play that this actually is a good reflection of how football is played. It doesn't always work out in FM24. We've got another one. It is 5-1. We are putting Brentford to the sword. Get in. But if you watch enough football, Daniel, you kind of like get to see what's going on and you see what managers do. I've seen Pep park the bus and you just like never think you're going to see that, but you can immediately see what he's doing on the pitch. And I think it's more football knowledge than FM knowledge. The game does my head in, but I think football knowledge helps rather than FM knowledge. Tonali is tired, is he? Oh, he's just come on as a sub, hasn't he? No, he didn't. So Tonali is tired. Larson can come on and do that job. I think probably we do need to slow everything down now. Daniel, I actually don't think I would make a very good manager in real life. Well, it's not been a walk in the park, has it? Let's play out of the defence. They're not pressing us too high. We'll come off the counter press a little bit. We're going to slow things down now. And slow the pace down. I don't think I want to do any more than that. We'll come off that run at defence. Just try and keep the ball. 5-2 with 10 minutes to go. I think we're probably going to win this. 2 set pieces. We're giving the goals away from 2 set pieces, though. That doesn't sit well. Need to do some defending set piece training. Jesus Abba hasn't got a rating yet. Kumalo started with a 7.3. Doesn't look so assured as he did in Brazil, but he might come. I've got to remember, he's only 20 years old. For an exceptional talent for 20 years old. Go on, get... Oh, can't get on the end of it. Now Moani and Isaac know they have some serious competition. And Kumalo and Kanate have suddenly come into the manager's thinking. And we are scoring goals again, which is nice. Ground out results earlier on, but we're scoring goals now. Larson to make it 6. Oh, what a chance. And that looks like it to me, unless they're going to get another one, are they? To be honest, I'm not really that bothered if they get another one. A 5-2 victory away at Brentford is a super result. I'm actually going to go defensive now. Bring my Frimpong back onto a support duty. Let's go defensive. Let's just see this game out, boys. The goalkeeper of theirs has had a nightmare, apparently. I don't see that it was the goalkeeper's fault. And that's it, a 5-2 victory. Absolutely brilliant. I didn't see that happening. I did not see this happening. Well done, lads. Excellent win. Excellent. So that's put us up into the European places now. And we've got to start thinking about 8 places, 8 points to 4th. That might be too much to ask for. I've got a lot of money in the bank. And do I want to spend that money is the question. I got 182 million in the bank. And where on earth would I sign a player? I think I have to be reactive rather than proactive. And he has scored on his debut. Let's get... He knows me. 2 goals for Mwani. Absolutely phenomenal. When's the next game? Is it coming up soon? Yeah, we're gonna have to rest the players again. Let's give them a rest. Anybody else? The other thing is that I have got Hartman, who's a left back, very good left back. He's coming back from injury, and João Neves, who's a very good midfielder, coming back from injury as well very soon. So this is the FA Cup. We need to rotate here. Although it's always a dodgy thing to do. Rotating. By who? Turkey. Who on earth is Turkey? Will he even show up? Turkey. Rayan Turkey. Attacking mid. I don't want wingers. Or attacking mids. It's not much good. Good plays the false 9 as well. He's a very good player. Only 50 to 60 million. But I don't play with wingers. And I don't play with an attacking mid. So he's a bit not really necessary. I don't really know where we can improve this squad. If we look, goalkeeper maybe. If Turati goes, we will have to buy a new goalkeeper. We have a ton of centre-backs. Centre-back might be somewhere I have to consider, like maybe 3. I've got 3. Jesus, Abba, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 centre-backs as well. Although we're lacking in a defensive centre on the left. Wing back on the right. We have to have a wing back on the right. Livramento's contract's up. He has no interest in renewing. So that might be what we got to do. Wing back on the right. Midfield, defensive mid, very, very strong. And we've got tons of really good players. With Kamalo coming in, Isaac, Mwani, Konate coming back. Also, we've got to consider we have Frederico Swone, who's also a very good forward. We've got, for me, it's just right wing back. Maybe even selling Livramento, because he's going to run down his contract anyway, and bringing in another right wing back. But we're not going to buy wingers. I don't know why my Ramadani, who's a winger. We don't want him. I don't know. It's going to be... I think I might just have to be reactive rather than actually proactive. This is good. It's like nothing to... Who's Abras now? He's buying wingers and attacking mids. You are a nutter. He's trying to bring in a young set of boys, isn't he? But they're in the wrong position. Where is he? Is this the boy? Yeah. Liam Watkins is being sold, is he? Well, he's a winger. I don't want him. Oh, God, yeah, I have to go to this, don't I? How good does it feel to welcome these new signings? I'm very proud. The work the club has done. I don't believe there's a simple answer to that. There have Kamalo sees you teaming up with you once again. I'm over the moon. He's a fantastic player. I believe he can make a massive country. Is Abba the sort of defender who can be a real foundation? The quality he possesses, blah, blah, blah. Do you believe Kamalo? Well, we've already seen him. I'm certainly confident. That's why I signed him. Is that it? Can I leave the conference now? Oh, no. How do you think they will react to positive impact? Change the Will you change the tactics you employ? I'm always looking at ways we can improve. Does the deal leave you with too many options? I'm not going to go into a debate about my squad right now. Right, that's got that out of the way. I hate these conferences, but you have to go to those because it affects the player. Oldman thrilled with those two signings. Now, Hull, do we underestimate Hull? Do we just go and play the way we play? Data hub and go to next opponent. We're good at playing against the 4-3-3. I think we just need to go and play the way we play. Hey, Football Fiasco, how are you doing? Go and buy Mbappe. He's probably quite old now. It's 2030, 2031. So Mbappe's probably quite old. And there's an interesting selection. Completely rotating the team. Isaac. I want to play. I'm actually going to go with that and then just change it a little bit. I'm going to play Kumalo in there. This would be a chance for him to score goals. João Neves, he's not quite fit yet, is he? Sion also not quite fit. So where is Kumalo? I think I'm going to play Kumalo there and Isaac because Isaac didn't play in the last game. I think that's a decent that's a decent team. Miley might be better as the Mazzala. I've been playing him as the centre mid, so Miley might be better as the Mazzala. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Boy. Give me Isaac. I think he's a good player. In real life, he's a good player. He's just like rubbish for me at the moment. Can't get anything out of him. And Kamalo, he can play as the false 9 now. Can play as a false 9. He's a goal scorer. And if we allow him to float around here, plus we need to tell him to shoot more often, then he will score goals. He's always been a goal scorer, except when he's got a mood on. And when he wanted to leave, he couldn't score goals. His concentration was appalling when I wouldn't let him leave. And Botafogo, I don't have a problem with selling him. But interesting, Botafogo. Who are they? They're in the Brazilian league. Yeah. Suddenly Brazil are coming in for Newcastle players. If we can get a result here against Hull, it would have been an absolutely perfect episode. Evening, Andy. How'd you get on in the cricket? Chris Ponde has agreed to sign for West Ham. Who is Chris? Well, he's that forward. As a director, I know. I'm not quite sure. He lost, but it was a good evening. Excellent. We have been doing okay here, Andy. We are continuing this run that we've had since we lost that West Ham game. And we've beaten Fulham 4-1. And then we beat Brentford 5-2. We've got the cup game now against Hull. And, hey, Football Manager, how are you doing? How is Italy tonight? And if we can beat Hull in the cup here, then it will have been the perfect episode. I don't know who he's got playing as the DM. Larson. Probably not a bad decision. Rest Landerson and Caparati. There's a transfer going on here. Manchester United make a Livramento. Should I actually think about selling Livramento? But at the moment, if I sell Livramento and look for someone to come in instead of him, then I will only have one. If he then gets injured, I have no one to play at right wing back. Or do I say no? There are people that I'm looking at. Good fullbacks. Where am I going? Scouting. If I go to my shortlist here. So we're looking at Aaron Hickey. 74 million. Right or left wing back. Good player, 74 million. Nathan Patterson is the one that catches my eye. 73 million. He looks like a very, very good player to me, this Everton boys. So yeah, Dog is doing extremely well, Daniel. He's doing extremely well. The board wanted to sell him, but I've taken him off the list. So Patterson is definitely an option. Let Livramento go. Even Hickey is an option. But I would definitely be interested in signing Patterson. What do you think, boys? Patterson? He's caught my eye for Everton. And I think we probably make an offer for him now. Let's just try and take it down a little bit. Let's make an offer of 68. Let's try and go 65 million. Let's take it back up to 73 then. And then make an offer. I think 73 million is a bit over the top for him. Livramento, I think we will. Would be he wants to go to Manchester United as well. What's his transfer value? So we'll reject it now, and just wait for him to come and say to me, "I'm not too happy about this." Everton have accepted 73. They wouldn't accept. Can you have a word with him? Unable to. Oh, I've got him doing it, of course. How much cash have I got? 7562. So I'm gonna have to make a budget adjustment. So the wage budget 7943. And currently spending 75. So that's 400k. So we're okay, aren't we? Regular starter. Can we get him down to a squad player? Let's try. No, okay. He wants to be a regular starter. 180k. No, come on. Let's get reasonable here. Let's go 145. And up the clean sheet bonus. 165. We can do better than that. So let's up the appearance fee by a couple. Gotcha. So now we can sell Livramento. And we can play some football. I just kind of feel if I only have one wing back, Custard, then basically what will happen with FM is they will injure the one wing back that I've got. I know what FM will do. And that will not feel very nice. And then I'm like struggling to find someone in the under 16s for a couple of games. So let's get someone in. Patterson isn't transfer listed. So he's not going to get cheaper as they panic as the window closes. Opposition instructions, let's leave it to him. We're going to go attacking, yeah, not more direct. And I'm perfectly happy with that. Miley and a few of the others are not particularly fit. I don't know why we've got a winger on the bench. So we need to sort this bench out. Cool, what a dreadful bench she's got there. Frimpong can come on the bench. We need to have decent players on the bench. Caparati can come on as the... And we need left wing back Doig, I think, can come. Where is he gone? Oh, there he is. He can come onto the bench. And Botman, yeah, that's fine. Dom Baker, that's fine. And then we just need to sort out some forwards here. Muani. One more midfielder, Tonali. And possibly a centre-back. Boyomo for Sanusi, Tonali and Munawi. We want to get rid of Tonali, so we want to bring Kanate onto the bench. I got a funny feeling we might be dumped out of the cup here. What's this aeroplane that he's got here? Travelling Shazavari. So, who's going to play? Who's going to play? Dom Baker can play. And I think he plays better as the Mazzala, doesn't he? No. Miley is the Mazzala. Okay. I got a funny feeling we might be dumped. Oh, he can't be on the bench either. Landerson, Gimenez, no, give him a rest. I hate this part of the game. So let's put Landerson on the bench. Hull are a decent team, and I'm a little bit concerned about putting out such a weakened team. But we got to hope that FM's going to be kind to us in the third round of the Cup. It's not very often you're going to get dumped out of the Cup in the third round. It does happen, but not very often. We just got to defend well. It's a good chance to play Jesus Abba and Kumalo. Give them 90 minutes, see what they're made of. Other players like Miley, they're good players. Oh, I thought he'd popped that in then. Almost. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to happen. If you're vigilant, then and you watch the game as a manager further, then it shouldn't happen. But often when it comes to a game like this, you just take your eye off the game and you think it's in the bag, and you don't focus on what's going on the pitch. And Hull are a football team like anybody else, and you still, as a manager, if you're playing a 8th tier team, you have to focus, and otherwise they will beat you. It's like I've always said, watch the game as a manager and not the spectator. And the thing is that, I mean, and I was guilty of it for a long time, is watching cup matches like this as a spectator, not a manager. And they're not mugs, Hull, as you can clearly... Oi! What happened there? It's being given as well. And that's exactly what can happen. What was that? Oh my God. And that's exactly what can happen. And they haven't had a shot on goal, but they've gone 1-0 up. And that happens in real life. I've seen that a couple of times. I think we need to shout at these players. We need to demand more. This is just not acceptable. And this could be a rotation problem. Who's that down? Livramento. This could be a rotation problem that I've underestimated Hull. If we get dumped out of the Cup, we get dumped out of the Cup. But it is a class FM buffoon goal. Players like Isaac, they need to have good games in games like this. We are dominating the match. And they haven't had a shot yet, but they're leading 1-0. I don't think we should be panicking yet. There's only 11 minutes gone. What a bonkers goal. But then I would rather that happen in the Cup and we recover than it happen in the Premier League. Stan, absolutely dreadful back pass. But there he is, putting a cross in, and Isaac has put it into the back of the net. No, it was Stan, I think, scored the own goal, the centre-back. He suffered a pulled groin. We should be able to nurse him through. We'll nurse him through then till half-time. Isaac. Hi, Blob. How you doing? So, we've recovered from that horrific incident. One of our classic own goals. Oh boy. Yeah, it was Stan because Abba left it to him and then he passed it back to the goalkeeper who wasn't there. Unlucky boy. He's got the wind in his sails now, Isaac. And he still haven't had a shot. I don't think we're playing very well. And the midfield needs to buck up a little bit. I'm just wondering, should I slow it down? Because they're not... The midfield I've got may not be able to zip it around at pace. I just have to keep an eye on that. There's a few been in, come and gone, Blob. I had a few in last time as well. I think FM just wanted to amuse itself, Callum. I think we are absolutely destroying them, in all fairness. And FM tried to panic me. But it was just a silly own goal, isn't it? It's just not a management thing. They still haven't had a shot, but they've got one goal. So I think that FM was trying to panic me into making foolish decisions. But it was too early to panic. We just got to get another goal, and I think we will... I think we will actually go on and win it. 200% effectivity. Come on, boys. He hasn't played football for a while, so he's not going to be in great form. Blob, we all get busy from time to time. I understand, mate. But this is becoming quite a good save now. Just the Champions League left to complete the save. And it's becoming a very good save. And getting this Newcastle job was good because so far, what I'm seeing is a very good team. And I just think they've been badly managed. And that's why they were struggling. There's nothing wrong with the players they have. And somebody said in the chat earlier that we've made 2 very, very good signings in this window. So do we need to make any more? We need obviously a right wing back because there's issues there. Go on, son. Go on, have a run, Isaac. Go on, go on. Give it to Kamalo. There he is. There's my man. He's such a good player. See how he just got himself out of trouble there. Hey, Jane. Good to see you again. Missed another beauty of a live stream. We had a great one last episode. We're having a good one this time. If we can beat Hull, of course. If we lose to Hull, then it's not so great. But we should be beating Hull. And Hull haven't actually had a shot yet. So it's just FM being FM. It wouldn't surprise me FM wants it to go to penalties. It would not surprise me. Oh, who was that? Larson. I think he does that quite a lot, so I think I might have to tell him he's already on shoot less often. Hall is having actually a very good game. There's not been one key pass from Fulham, from Hull. This is just FM being FM, isn't it? Kamalo's not having a brilliant game. Freeman probably needs to be hard tackled at the base of that midfield. We need to tell him to stop doing that for now. We'll just ask. No, we don't do that. Freeman hard tackle him. Nobody else has done anything. It's like go on, son. Nicely done. Well done, Baker. A lovely pass from Kamalo. But Isak has missed it. He put it on a plate for him. He should get points for that. He did. Got 0.4. But Isak, that was absolutely shocking. So you got to think that Isak in real life would have put that away. You'd have to put money on that. But in this save, he's just not right. Isak is playing for Hull. We have to tell these boys off. We have absolutely hammered them. We haven't had possession. So what I'm going to do is try to get more possession. We're going to come off. I'm worried about this tempo. And we're not going to pass into space. We'll come narrower. We'll keep the gegenpress going. And I'm going to squash the lines up a bit. And I think that possession hasn't helped. Hi, Simon. How are you doing? Bin Isak, he is wanted. He could bring in a ton of money. And I've got strikers coming back to fitness. We've got 4 or 5 strikers. So we could sell Isak if worst comes to worst. Maybe he's got transfers on his mind and he's just missed another opportunity. And they need a rollicking here. I'm far from pleased. Anybody? Kamalo picked up that one pass. He went from 6.4 to 6.7. And Isak missed it. What a donkey. So come on, boys. Go on, son. Livramento, Doig. Is it Doig? Who got injured in the first half? Somebody got injured and I thought I'm going to have to take him off. Is it Livramento? Probably. Come on, boys. We are better than Hull. But this is so FM, isn't it? It wants you to solve a puzzle. So let's remove Livramento. What is the puzzle? Larson not having a great game. I'm going to bring on Karapati. Jesus Abba, see what a wonderful player. He's already 7.1. Goalkeeper, I think, must be responsible. Stan isn't being blamed. Yeah, not the mighty Hull. So we've got to liven up a little bit here. We've absolutely destroyed them, and it's one of these FM things where you've just got to find a way through, keep changing things. something will work. If you keep changing things, something will work. Kamalo. He's playing okay, Kamalo. It's Isaac is the one I'm worried about. Maybe Jesus Abba is going to score from a corner. I could go very attacking. I could put the left wing back on attack as well. Let's put him on attack as well. As then they're really not causing us a single problem, are they? And it's just, oh, this is when FM does your head in. And let's go very attacking. Let's try and get that goal. Let's shout, let's encourage them. We've got to go for it. Jesus was good on crosses. Oh my God, Andy. You're on form tonight. How do you deal with a player who's always aggressive? Go on, son. Kamalo! No, not this time. Have a DM who I can't figure out how to change. Does he have the trait dives into tackles? If he's got that trait, then try to train it out of him. If he's aggressive, if his natural game is aggressive and he's got a high aggressive attribute, it's probably best to sell him. Like aggression, I don't like them having aggression over 15. Because they're going to get themselves into trouble a lot. And I really don't like it if they've got aggression that's too high. A leadership course is always an option, Andy. It depends. If he's got traits that are naturally aggressive, I'll probably get rid of him. Because he's not going to change. Kanate can come on. And Muani. And one of these midfielders. Karapati's actually doing, the midfield's doing okay. I might actually ask them to be a bit more expressive. I've got Kamalo on there. Oh, he's gone now. So let's ask them to be a bit more expressive. I think we've got to play a little bit more direct as well. Let's play more direct. Let's try something to break this defense. Are they going to score, are they? This is so FM, isn't it? Absolutely hammering them. Go on, you're in space. Go on, Kanate. Inside ball. Oh, not that, you donkey. Absolutely destroying them. This is so FM. You've just got to try things. We've tried a few things and we've got it. You've just got to keep trying things, and finally, finally we've broken it. The direct passing. How was I supposed to know direct passing was going to make the difference? But in games like this, you don't know. You just keep trying. And now I can close the game down. Finally. Just don't do anything silly now, boys. I have a funny feeling that my assistant said at the beginning, didn't he? Try more direct passing. And I didn't listen to him. So we can come back onto support, and so can Frimpong. And we'll go back to a positive attitude. Positive mentality. We don't need to be attacking now. And in fact, if we actually go to balance mentality, and I'm just going to keep the ball now. We don't need to do anything now. We'll just keep the ball. Oh, so keep the ball, and he goes and does that. Who was that? Jesus Aber? I don't think it was. It was the left-sided player. Guehi. Come on, let's make it 3. We deserve to win this comfortably. Corner. This is now about can I control the game now? Can I manage this game out? And hopefully we can. Because if I didn't do anything, I think they probably would have scored, Daniel. But I'm confident that I can set this team up to see the game out now. Except if they keep doing stuff like that. We're going to get stuck in. Because Hull are putting it about at the moment. And they are sneaking the match momentum a little bit. Good tackle. Nicely done from Bong. Have I got any subs left? Yeah. I think I've got 1 left, haven't I? This is poor passing. Jesus Abba, nicely done. Let's go even shorter then. It's just I've just really got to close the game out now. That will do. I mean, this should have been comfortable, and if we hadn't given that own goal away, it would have been 2-0 and we'd be really comfortable. But we gave that goal away. And I'm a bit concerned, so we'll go and tight mark this boy. I don't want him spraying passes around. He's going to be tight marked. Bowler, right foot hard tackle, and the other boy, Ebere, hard tackle, left. Right, let's get some player instructions going on here. Kanate can go back to playing as the complete forward. They're not giving up, are they, Hull? But we have drawn them out. And we could get a goal. I mean, they're leaving tons of space. We have drawn them out. So let's come off the counter press. We'll counter attack. And I'm going to go for a standard passing. It's a nightmare, this cup match. But FM does this sometimes, and look at the stats. We've been way the better team. And we've had to grind it out. We've just not been given the match. And we've had to grind it out. But we are in space again. Inside ball. What a chance. Offside. I think they're playing better against Hull with the more direct passes. Maybe the assistant got that right. Oh, there's the third, Kanate. And of course it didn't help that we is he going to be given offside? Yeah. It didn't help that we rotated this team. Oh, come on, he looked onside to me. Now I'm going to go defensive. And just make sure we're safe at the back. Not like that, though. But well covered, well defended. Yeah, it's going to throw this at you from time to time, Daniel. People say they've just got FM'd. It's just FM. It's one of the things it throws at you. And you've got to just I always say in these games, you've just got to keep trying things. Keep trying different things. And eventually something will work. And it did. It worked in the end. We went with a more direct passing and we scored. And then I panicked. I tried to shut the game down. Didn't seem to be working. We've gone more direct again, and look what's happening. We probably are going to get the third. But it's just try things until you find the thing that works. You don't get FM'd. You just don't try enough. Because, as I said, people just end up sitting watching the match like they're a spectator, saying this isn't fair, this is terrible, this isn't fair. But you've got to watch it as a manager and keep trying stuff. And Hull were dominating the game. We've come right back at them now. We've changed the passing directness. And the passing directness might be linked to the players that we have on the pitch. This is a 2K stadium. Boys. What a good episode. 3 wins from 3. And we scored a lot of goals as well. Struggled in the cup, but we've got there. And now it's time to completely waste time. Oh, it's a player of defence now. And come off that a little bit. Maybe I should have listened to the assistant. He did say play more direct. And maybe he's looking at the players that we had on the pitch and more direct suited them. But I ignored him. But we're certainly camped up in their half now. Nothing at all in this save, Swippish. Like I've said before, playing on YouTube, I keep my involvement to an absolute minimum. All I want to do is stuff on the pitch and let the staff do the rest of the stuff. Because otherwise the game gets slower and slower and slower, and I get bogged down in things that really are not good for YouTube. So I'm just going to concentrate on the game and the gameplay. If I was playing on my own with no YouTube, I'd probably spend a lot more time on stuff than I actually do here. Indeed, before I had a YouTube channel, I used to. There's a bit of a let-off. Should I tell him that, or should I say very nicely done? I'm going to say well done. Yeah, because they were the reserve team. And they did get over the line in the end. So we are into the next round of the Cup. We've got the difficult one out of the way. And we have... Watkins is moving to Malaga. Well, he must be getting on a bit now. Liam Watkins, not the Aston Villa Watkins. And so we have had a very good episode. And we have, since we lost our opening game, we've played 6 and we have won 5 and drawn 1. And our green dots continue. We have Bournemouth, Southampton and Manchester United in the next episode. So I'll be back on Thursday, and we'll be having more of this, and I really want to keep this going. I want them to finish as high up the table as we possibly can, and we are in now 7th place in the European spots, and we're doing well. So 2 games, Bournemouth, Southampton, we should be winning. Manchester United, I'd like to think we've got a chance. So we'll keep us going as much as we can. We've then got, that'd be interesting, Bayer Leverkusen and Olympique Marseille. Interesting games in the Champions League. We might even win the Champions League in our first season. Who knows? I don't think so. But thanks for coming, guys. I've had a lovely time again. It's been a great stream. We've got some great results in the bag. We're moving this team up the table. The board are happy. The fans are happy. Kumalo scored his first goal. Everything looks great. And thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciate it. You supporting the channel. And we'll go again on Thursday. And all that remains to be said now is take care, stay safe. And we'll see you in the next one on Thursday. Take care, guys.